On the day Queen Amina buried him, the sky cried with her. The drums of war had stopped, the fire had cooled, but her heart was in pieces. He was the only man she ever loved, and his death was the price of her throne. The world remembers Queen Amina as a great warrior, but only a few remember her as a woman who loved and lost. That grave, hidden in the forest, was not for a king or a chief. It was for the only man who touched her heart. He died not because he was weak, but because she was strong, and because love in her world was a danger. From the time she could walk, Amina held a spear. While other girls learned to cook and weave, she learned to fight. Her father, the king of Zazzau, had no son strong enough to rule, so he trained her harder than any friends. She rode horses, she learned war, she studied the minds of men, and when her father died, she took the throne. The people cheered, the elders bowed, but behind the cheers was fear. Can a woman rule with both heart and sword? His name was Idris. He came from the south, not as a warrior, but as a trader. He brought gifts, spices, and stories. He was not loud, he was not weak, and when he looked at Amina, he did not see a queen. He saw a woman, tired, alone, and strong. She noticed him, and for the first time, her heart spoke louder than her head. They met in secret, a queen and a common man. He made her laugh. He asked nothing from her. She taught him to ride a horse. He taught her how to carve wood, but their happiness was short. The council began to whisper, "She is distracted. She listened to a trader more than to us. She is putting the kingdom in danger." Amina tried to balance both love and duty, but war does not wait. News came from the north. A neighboring kingdom was gathering troops. They wanted Zazzau's rich land. They saw a queen on the throne and thought her weak. A council pushed for war. But Amina, still hoping for peace, wanted to wait. She wanted to send Idris as a messenger. "Let us talk before we fight," she said. The council said, "No, we will not trust a man who sleeps with the queen." That night, Amina sat alone. Her heart pulled her toward peace and love, but her crown demanded war. Idris begged her, "Don't let pride take lives." But she knew if she chose love, she might lose her kingdom. And if she chose war, she might lose him. She kissed him on the forehead and said, "If I do not return, run far from here." What Amina did not know was someone in her court had already chosen for her. Her general, Malam Yusuf, had made a secret deal. He wanted the throne, he wanted power, and he hated how much she trusted Idris. The enemy was already inside her walls. The battle was fierce. Amina fought like a lioness. Her army followed her with pride, but something was wrong. The enemy knew their plans. It was as if someone had told them everything. Idris was captured, not by the enemy, but by her own men. They accused him of spying. They dragged him into the battlefield to be made an example. They told her to kill him. "Show them you are strong." But her hands shook. Her heart broke. Idris looked up and said, "Even if I die today, I will die loving you." Amina dropped her sword, but the general picked it up. With a cold heart, he stabbed Idris in front of her. Something inside Amina broke that day. The woman who wanted peace was gone. What was left was a warrior. She burned enemy villages, she destroyed the traitors in her court. Her victory was full, but her heart was empty. She returned to her palace in silence. No songs, no dance, just silence. The people cheered her name, but Amina felt no joy. She had no hair, no love, only stories and pain. Years passed, her hair turned grey, her hands shook, but her eyes still held the fire of war. She told no one about Idris. Only the grave in the forest knew the truth, that even queens can break. Today we still speak of Queen Amina, the warrior, the queen who conquered lands and built walls. But there's another story, a story of a woman who gave up everything for duty and paid with the one thing she truly wanted: love. In the end, Queen Amina ruled her people, but she lost herself, and that was the true cause. War can win land, but love is what wins the soul. If this story touched your heart, please like, comment and subscribe. Share this tale with someone who believes in love and legacy. This is Lens Folktales, where African legends live again. Thank you. Bye.